what are the strategies for you to get this visa sponsorship? How should you utilize this your 2 years or 1.5 years? Strategies for foreign applicants. So if you are a foreign applicant trying to come in from outside the country, the game is different. We'll be inviting our guest speakers to come talk to us about their journey, right? And they'll be sharing the strategies and the journey, the success story. I'm sure everybody loves to hear a success story, right? Especially when you can learn 1 or 2 things from them. Grace, I don't know if you can unmute yourself if you are here.
Hi, everyone. Okay, can you hear me?
Grace. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for agreeing to do this for us. Thank you for coming to share your experience, for being vulnerable and sharing your experience with us. We really appreciate you, and we can't wait to learn from you.
Okay. I think you already said almost everything I actually wanted to say. And please, I hope you can hear me clearly. My voice I have got cold. So please, if I'm not so clear, if you want me to repeat myself, please just ask me to do so, and I'm happy to do that. Okay, let me introduce myself. My name is Grace Akinyemi. I currently work in the UK as a project officer, and I've been in the project management, should I say career or project management line for the past 7 years. I started from the scratch, from the entry point back in Nigeria, and here in the UK, I was able to land really good opportunities. I think Ruki already mentioned basically everything I actually have on my list, but I'm just going to repeat myself or just go over my own story. So I'm not going to tell you that it was, all bed and roses, it was easy. No, it wasn't. Because just like everyone here on this call, I didn't have the confidence when I started. Like, I was really scared. I'm just coming from Nigeria, here in the UK. You didn't accept whatever it is I have, my experience and all of that. But I'm very happy that I met people that really showed me the way and told me, don't worry, your experience in Nigeria counts. Unlike what people online will tell you, tell them you don't have any Nigeria experience. So your experience from Nigeria actually really, really counts. All right, thank you. Please, if my video is, if you cannot hear me clearly, I'm just going to turn off my video now.
We can hear you, we can see you. I can hear you, I can see you.
Okay. All right, so I just read the comments, so that's why. And I think I also read on the comments saying some people want to switch into project management. So I think I'm just going to start by saying I got into project management from the entry level, which is the basic project administrator. So if there are people on this call, if you are from, still a student, if you think, you want to switch into that level and you want to get sponsored job in project management, you can actually even start from the entry level, like the project coordinator, the project administrator, the project support officer role, or all those entry level roles. So that's where you can easily switch into project management just to make your life easier. And trust me, those entry roles also have sponsorship opportunities. So it's not just the very big ones, like the big names, the project manager, all those big ones that actually have the sponsorship opportunities. So even the smaller ones also have those opportunities. So when I got into the UK, because of my lack of confidence, I felt, my Nigeria experience might not be able to count for me. But like I said earlier, I was able to get confidence saying, don't worry about it, work on your CV, things like that. So the first thing I did was to say, let me work on my CV. I brought out the skills that I had from Nigeria, things like good communication skills, good negotiation skills, all those basic things that you put on your CV. I'm sure Ruki can be able to help you with all of that. So the first thing is I made sure that my CV was up to date. And then I went online on the government website, the UK government website, to look for, the companies that have the license to sponsor. And then I started targeting those very organizations, like the NHS. There are lots of them on that website. And I made sure that, so I felt NHS is quite easy to, go in because they have a very structured way of doing their interviews. And it's a kind of like a scoring method. And the more you do it, the better you get at it. So that's why for me, NHS was really easier for me to find my way into, just to make sure that I get something doing. But while I was still targeting those sponsored opportunities, just like Ruki said, I still went for those other little ones, which, I had bills to pay. I had, family to feed. So I just went for all those very little ones that just to make sure I'm able to find a UK experience. Apart from that, just because I wanted the UK experience, I also even went for volunteering. I went out to companies that had, charity organizations saying, if you need someone to volunteer for you, I'm a project, blah, blah, blah from Nigeria. These are my skills. This is the experience that I have. And they said, yes, why not? Come on board. And even it was just 2 hours, just so I can be able to put their name on my CV and say, these are the things I've done, even things that I didn't really do, maybe just, support the project manager in doing this. I told them, yes, I was like the 95%, person doing this, I packaged the whole thing just to make sure that, yes, I gave myself that confidence. And trust me, that also really helped. So if there are people that are here, like students, and you think, yes, you have time in your hands and you want that UK experience, try and volunteer for organizations. So at least you can be able to have that confidence that you think you don't have. So that will even give you an insight into how project managers do their thing. Or for example, if you're looking forward to the entry level, you want to be a project support officer as soon as you're done schooling, just those volunteering roles can also help you have an overview of how that works. I think also trainings, certifications, we have the Prince 2. UK is very big on Prince 2, but as an entry role, they won't force you to do all of that. So if before you apply for a job, on the job description, you're going to see all of those details in it. Some will tell you, we need you to have so-so certification, and some will even tell you it's not compulsory. So you don't have to kill yourself saying, I must get so-so training before I apply for this particular role. So please feel free to shoot your shot in every direction as you deem fit. And like I said earlier, I made sure to focus on some particular companies that I know that these ones are actually really good at sponsoring. And by the side, I still got the job which I currently do right now. And one thing I did was to make sure to give it my all. Trust me, when you apply for those roles, the rejections they always come massively. Don't get discouraged. You can apply for a role and in the next 2 minutes after applying, they just send you that very long email saying, unfortunately, blah, 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 unfortunately, blah, 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 things like that. Sorry, okay, I think I just saw a question from someone I forgot to mention.
Ignore questions for now. Just go ahead. Let them drop their chats. My team are collecting questions. We'll take them at the end so that we can. Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, please don't let the rejections get to you. So, but the good thing about this is, no matter the number of interviews you get, the more confidence you get on it. So just keep going for those interviews, keep presenting yourself in a very good manner, and trust me, you're going to get the very juicy one that you've been looking for. So my story was, like I said, while targeting the sponsorship job, I still went for a normal project management offer, which I just wanted to say, okay, I need project management experience so I can be able to at least say, this is what I have doing currently, if I can get the very big opportunity I'm looking for. And on the current role, the job I got as a then, I made sure to give it my all. And in less than 3 months, I got the sponsorship offer that I was looking for. And I told my line manager saying, okay, I've gotten a new job now. I'm leaving. Why are you leaving? Because I needed sponsorship. Of course, we can sponsor. Why didn't you ask? So, like Yoruba say, sorry for people that are non-Yoruba. So learn to speak up, learn to speak your mind. And the most importantly, just like Ruki said, most of the companies don't tell you they can sponsor. They just want to see how good you are. They won't tell you the position is actually open for sponsorship, but they just want to see how dedicated you are. The commitment, showing your skills and all of that. So my line manager was happy and she said, don't worry about it, we'll sponsor you. And then they said, oh, what are the rules and regulations? They didn't even have an idea. She just said, oh, don't worry, I'll talk to someone in the HR team. I have no idea how this works. So most of those organizations don't even have an idea how it works. So you need to actually go out of your way. I was even the one telling her, this is the salary I want. Although this is what is on government website. This is how it works. This is how this works. This is number of days it will take me. And then they went out of their way to get the licensing. I got my certificate of sponsorship. I applied for it. Even the other guys that said, oh, we have a sponsorship offer for you. They said, I just told them, don't worry about it. Me that was saying, oh, please offer me a job. I became someone that said, don't worry, I don't want this anymore. I don't want that anymore. So you can actually do it. It's not all bed of roses. It's not easy, but that consistency, no matter how many rejections you get, don't let it get to you. Work on your CV, work on your training, your own skills. I can confidently say that in my team where I currently work, if they want to say, oh, who is really good at Excel, everybody's going to mention Grace. Because yes, I've got the skills and I showed it off. I made them know, oh yes, you need help with this. I raised my hand, don't worry, I'll support you with it. Be the go-to person. I'm not saying be there, like being very flashy, like being very all over the place, but show your confidence. Let them know Grace knows exactly what she's doing. And if I need help, Grace is going to help me with it. So I think that's all for now. But I will also talk about how I navigated the sponsorship roles. I was able to get the sponsored roles on NHS, especially majorly, because I really love talking about the NHS, because for me, I think they are very easy to get. So NHS has several opportunities when it comes to sponsorship, and they are of different bands. Please do your research. No matter the role you're applying for, check on the government website. What are the rules? How much is the salary before you start applying for any single role you see online? I'm sure there might be a job of 19,000 and they tell you, yes, they offer sponsorship. But if you check on the government website, there's a certain salary band that has to be on it. So don't just jump on every single opportunity you find. Do your research, know exactly what you want, and then you go for it and give it your all. And some of these companies even offer you, say they do a task before you even come for your interview. Don't take those tasks lightly at all. Give it your all. If you're doing a presentation, do a very nice PPT slide, come up with new designs, and then be confident in whatever things you have to say. You'll be shocked that you might actually even be the best among all of the people that actually apply. So please be confident, give whatever opportunities that come your way your all. And I pray that God will give us, our heart desires.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, I've touched all. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing with us. You need to upskill when you get the first job. Our story is like one of those that got a job first, right? Before, she got a job that was not offering sponsorship at the beginning, right? And then she applied herself. She made herself outstanding in the work. Make yourself irreplaceable, such that when you tell your manager you want to leave, right? That's in the first, like I said, based on my own outline, right? It doesn't have to follow those responses. But like in the first 6 months, give yourself time to express, demonstrate your skills, demonstrate how outstanding you are. If there are any volunteer tasks to be done, if there are things to be done that you can do, volunteer to do them. Make yourself almost indispensable, right? Such that when you say you want to leave, they would even get the license for you. Because I've also heard of lots of people that the company didn't even have license, but they got the license for them. Like she said, be consistent, keep applying, get volunteer experience, be willing to start from entry level, and be dedicated in your search. I mean, there's a very interesting part of our story that I'm not sure if she mentioned it. She said she turned on notification for all the jobs and she didn't miss out any job, all the project management jobs on NHS track jobs. And I think she mentioned 2 sites, right? Because this is the second time I'm hearing her story, right? She applied to all the jobs. She will go back and then where did I stop? I stopped on the 11th of May, and then she will continue. I mean, that's some dedication. So that's just to let you know that it doesn't come easy. And then she got 2 at the end. She got a sponsorship job outside her current work, and then her current work decided to sponsor her, and then she stayed with them. So there are sponsorship job opportunities out there. Not all of them will advertise. Some would employ you as contractors, some would employ you as temporary staff. But when you have been able to express your expertise, your reliability and everything in the office, they will be willing to offer you sponsorship. Thank you so much, Grace, for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate it. I'm sure we've taken 1 or 2 things from there. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
All right. I work in the UK as an audit senior in one of the top 15 audit firms in the country, and I came in with my husband. I'm a dependent. On a student visa, and I came with my husband, I think, in March. So prior to coming to the UK, I used to work in EY as an auditor as well. So that was what I was doing prior to coming to the UK. I think my situation is a very interesting one, because I had gotten a job at another Big Four in Lagos before I decided to move to the UK. So I reached out to Ruka because I was worried. I was a bit worried. I was thinking, rather than obviously leave a known situation and then go to the UK for an unknown or uncertain. I think that's the best word to use, an uncertain future. I just felt it would be better to just remain in Nigeria at another Big Four, and then maybe find a way to get to the UK, quote unquote, through work directly from Nigeria. And then when I spoke to her, she was like, "Oh, don't worry, you'll be fine. Let's just do a bit of work on your CV and on your LinkedIn and all of that." So I was like, "Oh, okay." So I did give her some of my information on my work experiences and all of that. And I was still in Nigeria at that time. So she helped me with my CV optimization and my LinkedIn as well. And then she also, I think she also linked me up with a recruiter in the UK. And then I had a conversation with him before coming. And it put me at ease, to be very honest. So I had a conversation with him, and then he explained to me like what the circumstances were and how good my chances were when I get into the UK. So I did come to the UK in March, and she helped me again with my CV. We worked on it with the new UK address, phone numbers, and all those things. And she optimized my LinkedIn too. So I started applying to job boards, Total Jobs, Indeed. Believe it, on every UK job board, I have a profile. Like, I have a profile on every UK job board. So I was putting out my CVs to LinkedIn recruiters, sending them personal messages, sending them messages via cell phone for some of them that I had their numbers. So one particular person reached out. Well, a few people reached out to me, but one particular guy reached out to me the week that I came in, and I was luckily able to schedule. I think I came in on a Saturday, and I was able to get an interview on Friday of the same week, and at an audit firm, a local audit firm in the city that I reside in. So I had that interview. It went well, and I think by Tuesday I got an offer from that audit firm. The same guy also then links me up with the current job that I'm at. I had the interview that day, and I did get the job. I think I got the job that day. As well. So I think for me, and also, whilst I was talking to my recruiter, I made it explicitly clear that I only wanted jobs that could sponsor. I wasn't going to. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because obviously everybody's situation is different, but I didn't want to spend so much time on interviews that I wasn't very sure that they would sponsor, or companies that I wasn't very sure that would sponsor. So I wanted to try and streamline my search to companies that would sponsor alone. But I don't think it's wise. But because for auditors, majority of the audit firms in the country have the ability to sponsor. So it just made sense for me to just put all my eggs in that sponsorship basket, right? But I don't think it's okay for everybody to do that. It was just my own peculiar situation. I think that you should get as much experience as you can. Then you can now obviously have a conversation with your recruiter, with your employers about sponsorship, or start looking for jobs that can sponsor. So I did have a conversation with them. When I eventually decided to take the job that I took, I had a conversation with my employer about sponsorship. And like Ruka has said it, Grace has said it, I think that before anybody decides to commit money to sponsor you, they want to see your capacity. They want to see how well you fit into their organization, how well you can work, your capacity, how well you fit into with other employees rather as well. So I was on a probationary period, right? And then after that period, and then I got confirmed like as full staff, I then picked up the conversation with them again about sponsorship and everything, and we are working on making that happen. So I think that was just my situation. So what I would say is it's not impossible at all. It's not impossible at all. And regardless of the experience, like your field, your experience from wherever it is that you are counts. And then I think another thing that I also noticed here is nobody really cares about your certificates, because they didn't ask me for my degree certificates and all those things, except when I was doing my documentation. Although they asked if I was chartered and all of that. And I told them that I was from Nigeria, because I don't have any UK qualifications. I don't have ACCA. I don't have Chartered Accountants of England and Wales. I don't have any of those certifications. So I just came in with my degree from Nigeria and my ICANN from Nigeria. So all they were interested in was the experiences that I had. And I don't even have experiences with like UK gaps, because that's what they use majorly here, right? The UK doesn't really use IFRS like in Nigeria, where we use IFRS. But because the difference is not so great, it wasn't really a problem. So whether or not you think the experience is relevant or not, like once you have experience doing what they need you to do. I think that that's like the most important thing for employers that I have noticed here in the UK. I haven't stayed so long and I haven't worked in so many places to be able to give so many experiences, but like from my situation and from what I have what I've seen, like, just put yourself out there, upskill yourself. I think that's the correct word. Upskill yourself and try and be confident. Right? I think I mentioned it to Rika. So I got a job at Eon for a finance analyst, and to be very honest with you, I haven't really done, like, all my life, all of the experiences I've had has been in audit. I've only done finance for, like, I think 5 months, and what I know is if you can, like, obviously prove yourself and sell yourself very well, and you are also very truthful about your situation, like, if you know certain things, explain that you know certain things and prove that you know certain things. And if you don't know some other things, it's not, I don't think anybody expects everybody to know everything, right? So that's just my situation, and that's it from me.
Thank you, Shayne. Shayne has one of my favorite success stories. Shayne got a job. She got 2 sponsorship job offers in 2 weeks, I think, right, of landing in the UK, and she got a 3rd offer, for a finance analyst role, a completely different, like she said, she tried the finance analyst role, not audits, right? And she also got it like 400 per day job. I'm sure if you go through my page, you'll be familiar with her stories, but she's the owner of the testimonies. So yeah, I mean, and what did she do? When she came to me, right, she's one of those that I've seen that had this, what would I say, the coldest of fits. She had a very cold fit. She was told she has to do care when she comes in. Nothing wrong in doing care, please, but she's an auditor. She has a job with EY. All her experiences, or most of her experiences, have been with the big 4, right? But she didn't want to come here to come do menial jobs and all that. And I told her that, madam, you are hot kick, right? Just come in and book the service, and we'll work on your CV and all that, and you'll be fine. And she did that. We worked on her CV. I even, because of how much cold feet she had, right, I had to go the extra mile. Like, even before she got here, I linked her up with recruiter, and the recruiter also booked a meeting with her, and the recruiter was also very nice. Like I said, the recruiters too, they're human beings. They want to also help you. The recruiter was nice to her. I actually even spoke to her the way I would speak to her. I comforted and told her that, what, you are hot cake. Even asked her what your salary expectation is, and he told her that you must not settle for anything less than 55k. That is what you should aim for. If you are moving to the UK soon, or if you're already in the UK, you need to be proactive in getting ready for the job market. Let's move on to Olaito. I don't know, Bisi, I don't know if she's online. She's going to be taking us through our own career transition journey. She also was one of those that took the steps that we advise about. Okay, if your field does not have a potential for sponsorship, transition. So I know, and we know a lot of people have cold feet also to go through this transition. We'll be hearing from someone who has gone through the journey. So thank you so much, Shayne, for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate you inspiring us, and also letting us know that we don't need to have ACCA. Even ICANN is accepted in UK. So if you have an accountant that is in Nigeria and thinks, oh, I have ICANN, but I still need to study ACCA to work in the UK, please let them know that they don't have to. ICANN is very well recognized in the UK. So please have the floor if you are there. Olaito.
Yes, I'm here. Can we hear me?
We can hear you, and we can see your beautiful face.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Olabisi, Olaito, whichever one you prefer to call me. My journey started from Nigeria, of course, where I came over to the UK to do my master's degree in digital and strategic marketing. And obviously, the goal was, settle for the post-study visa and, get a company to sponsor afterwards. So after I finished my master's degree, I started I'd been searching for a job before I finished my master's degree, and that's what I would advise anyone who is coming into the UK. You can start from, anytime you're in the UK, just start searching for those jobs. Get familiar with the job market, get familiar with connecting with recruiters and all of that. So I started all of that, and before my graduation, I went ahead to sorry, a call came in. I hope you can still hear me.
We can still hear you. We can still.
Okay. So I started searching for a job as a digital marketer, and it was really hectic finding a job. And a lot of recruiters were calling me and saying, hey, would you settle? And I made up my mind I was not going to settle for less. I mean, you can't come to the UK and spend like 16,000 on a degree and then settle for a 20K. I know it's a good way to start, but I was really aiming for higher pay. So I started searching, and then I spoke to a particular recruiter one day who told me that, you know what, the market is really saturated at the moment. You don't have UK experience, and then you're aiming for a salary above 20K. I'm not sure you're ever going to get that, because we've got so many people with experience in the UK, and they've got more skills and more experience than you do. I'm not sure you'll be able to get what you wanted. I took that thing, I kept it in my right hand and said, hey, God, I need to get a job, and I need to get the one that will sponsor. I kept searching, I kept doing interviews, and then it was rejections upon rejections. So I went through this shortage list one day, and I said to myself, you know what, let me just look for something on this list. I know that the business analysts are in demand and some other occupations. Let me just search for something that I could do. Luckily, I had a family friend who has been here as a BA for a while now, who said to me, you know what, let's try it. Go through the training and then start searching for a job. It's a different thing where you decide to start the training, or where you make up your mind to move from your career path from what you're doing into something else, or what you studied into something else. I mean, I was a media personality in Nigeria, and from there I moved onto photography, where I was running my own business for a couple of years before coming here. So I was really anxious moving into the corporate world again. But after the training, I started searching for a job. It was another battle entirely. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but if you really want to, move your career from what you have now into something else, or you're coming from Nigeria, just get ready that those rejections will keep coming. I mean, if I go through my email and I type unfortunately, the amount of unfortunately emails that would just come up, there are a lot of them. So there were loads of rejections, and I was just really determined that I needed to get a job. So I started the interviews for the BA role, and a lot of them were first stage, second stage, and then I think recently you have to go through a case study. And when you do that case study, you have to present it. Some will say present it however you want to, PowerPoint, however you would like to. So I forgot the part that I had to optimize my CV and my LinkedIn as well. Immediately I optimized my LinkedIn. I mean, let's imagine I did that maybe 11:59 a night before. At 12 midnight, or let's say 8 o'clock, let me not exaggerate, I had recruiters calling me. My phone, I got tired of recruiters calling me. My phone was getting hot. It was one call to the other. Would you like this role? What is the salary expectation? Oh, we can do that, blah, 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 blah. And I was getting overwhelmed. Not just any kind of company. Big companies were calling me, and I was like, hey, I just did this training. How would I defend, what they're expecting of me? I don't want a low salary. I'm aiming for a higher salary. How will I defend it? So I had to start I had a lot of sleepless nights. At the time, I was doing a night job, an HMRC job, where I wasn't really doing anything. So I would use that time to study on YouTube, prepare for interviews upon interviews, and then the rejections kept coming, and there's this one that I wasn't just so interested in, because the company, their headquarters is in Denmark. And then they kept, the day they said I was going to do the second stage interview, which was when I was going to present my case study, I called in sick. And that's the fantastic thing about them. When in Nigeria, you cannot try it and say, "Oh, I'm sick. I can't take the interview. I can't take." You say you're not serious. We give the job to somebody else. But they were so nice to me. I said, "You know what? Okay, when do you want us to move it to?" I've experienced that with a lot of recruiters and companies. "Oh, when do you want us to move it to?" And then I was like, "Well, I picked the date and time, and it was okay for them." And then we did the interview, and then it was even the CEO that interviewed me. It wasn't a fellow BA or anything. I did the case study. I did all of that. And I think 2 days after, the offer came in, and I was really excited. So I'm just going to use this to encourage somebody or anyone who is looking at being a business analyst, or you're looking at moving from one career path to other. You have to be ready. You have to do the work. You have to put in the work. You have to get ready to. You have to prepare, basically, and you have to get ready to receive rejections upon rejections, because guess what? We have millions of people who are looking for the same role that you're looking for, and you cannot stop. You cannot give up. You have to keep going. It gets tiring. I would not lie about that. You will get tired. You say, "You know what? I give up. I'm not going for that." I'm just going to encourage anyone that it doesn't come easy peasy, like, "Oh, I'm just going to do interviews," and then you have to put in the work. You have to defend whatever is on your resume or on your LinkedIn, whichever. You have to defend it, and you have to prepare yourself for rejections, because they will come. And I had to put up that mind. You know what? And I kept saying to myself, before the end of this date, I must get a job. And that is turning on your notifications, like Ricky has said, or Ricky, yeah. I keep saying Ricky. Ricky has said, turn on your notifications, be on their neck. Recruiters, I have recruiters as friends now. That's how I miss. And the calls have not stopped coming. They are still coming till now. So the jobs are out there. Just be prepared. Get ready. Do not give up, and then keep going. Thank you so much. If you are planning to come to the UK, just get everything you know that you need. You need to be ready. I believe that we have gotten one or two things from those who are sharing who share their story with us. Is it easy? No, it's not. But is it possible? Very well it is. I'm sure you can. You know, if you did not know it was possible, now you do, based on what you have heard. You are familiar with success stories of people who have gotten jobs in the UK in short time, landed visa sponsorship jobs and all that. Archival Careers is a tech-driven company passionate about supporting international students and international professionals to navigate the UK job markets. How do we support them? Through our services: CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, interview preparation, career mapping, personal statements and SOP, strategic course guide if you're still trying to choose a course to come into the UK. So we've supported lots of people to get jobs in the UK, right? And you can see our handles to our social media splashed under here. I hope you learned one or two things. I hope it was a good one. Thank you, and have a lovely evening, everyone.